Good morning, students. In the previous lecture, we have completed the topic of quantitative equation. Now I am starting with the topic of the pair of linear equations in two variables. Chapter number 3 of class 10 NCERT Mathematics. So, why first two variables? What do you mean by two variables? Suppose I choose x and y as my variable. These are two variables. One is x and another is y. If you take x or an x square, this is not a two variable. This is only x and this is x square. Both of them are x. A different variable is known as two different variables is known as two variables. Pair of linear equation. Now we will write the linear equation in two variables. Suppose this is 2x plus 3y equals 5. This is a two variable. One is variable is x and one variable is y. Now why we switch into two variable? Why not we are happy with a single variable? Is that not every expression can be written in one variable, or even if it is written, it is very difficult to write that equation. Suppose one of the equation is 3x plus 4y equal to 99, and other is 5x plus 10y equals 200. Now if we want to write in single variable, then you first substitute here the value of, you first get the value of y from here in terms of it, then you put this value here and then you solve this, then you get the one variable linear equation. But this is time consuming. You know that time never waits for anything. It goes on and on and on. So we need to do solution, and we want to get a solution which is as quickly as possible. To get this as quickly as possible, we write it in as it is given in two variables. So here it gives rise to a two variable equations. See, if you see this equation, this is 2x plus 3y equal to 5. Here x is one variable and y is another variable. Now from this you can get the value. You can simply hit and trial and get it. If x equal 1, put this x value of x as 1, then it becomes 2 into 1 plus 3y equal to 5, which implies that 2 into 1 is 2 only. If you take this here, this is 3y equal to 3, y is 1. So one more solution is 1 comma 1. Now if you substitute the value of x as 2, this is 5 minus 4, y equal to 1 by 3. So another solution will be 2 1 by 3. Similarly, there is infinite values between 1 and 2. So if you put here the value of x, you will get infinite values of y. Now since it is difficult to get infinitely and solve for every value of x, what we do is we represent it with a graph. On a graph, so you have seen a graph paper. We mark it like the horizontal line will be our x-axis. We will represent that this is x and this is x dash. This is y. This is y dash. Why y dash? Why x dash? Because I consider this as a 0, the center of the 0. Then towards right it is positive value. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and towards left it is, we are having negative values, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and so on. Here also this, so from, and same is with upside and same is with downside. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and minus 1. See, I have taken the variable. So let us suppose this is my example, 2x plus 3y equal to 5. So here, what I am representing this x, I will plot the values of all x in this line, this x dash line. Whatever will be the value of y, I will try to plot it here. So now, see, the one of my solution was this. See, this is 2x plus 3y. You need to only, since this is a linear variable. Linear means linear equation means the power of x, both x and y is 1. You can see that from here, this power is 1 and 1. So you need minimum two values of x y pair. So to draw or plot the line on a graph. Now what are these two values? How I can get this value? So if you rewrite this equation, 2x plus 3y equal to 5. Now suppose one of the best solution to plot is, let's assume that x equal to y. Let x equal to y, which are from this equation. If you substitute the value of x as y, it is this, which implies y equal to 5 by 3 is nothing but 1.66, or you can even 6 bar, or you can even write 1.67. So here one pair is 0. Every time this x and y, if you are plotting x here and y here, you need to write pair like x comma y equals x equal to 0. Always x value of x is first value, and this 0 comma 5 by 3 is 1 by 1 point. How to represent this? See, when x is 0, y is 5 by 3. When x is 0, see, this is my x-axis. This is my x-axis. And at x is equal to 0, means I am here. X equal to 0, but on x-axis I am here. But on y-axis, if you see from y-axis, I am at 5 by 3. 5 by 3 means 1.66. I am something here. 1.5 is here. 1.6. So net total I am here. Let me just draw with some other pen. This is my point. This is my first point, that is 0 comma 5 by 3. 0 comma x is 0. Since I am on y-axis, x will always be 0, and on y-axis I am 1.66 meter away from origin. This O is called origin. Now second point, how will we plot second point? This is now taking y to be 0. Let y equal to 0, which implies that this will be 5. 3 into 0, 0. This is x equal to 5 by 3, 5 by 2, nothing but 2.5. So next point will be 2.5 comma 0. Value of x here and value of y here. So 2.5 comma 0. This is positive value. So if I go from here, this is 2.5 is something here. Let me show you this. 2.5 is here, and x equal to 0 and y equal to 0. Y equal to 0 is here. So in totality, I will be here only. So this is my second point. Now I have written that the minimum two values are required to draw a line, or to draw this line on a plot this line on a graph. So draw with other pen. So if you join these 2 points using a scale, you will get this graph, and this graph is nothing. You need to write it here as, since I am writing x dash, so this will be written as 2x plus 3y equal to 5, or even you can write it as 2x plus 3y minus 5 equal to 0. Always try to write in this form, second form, because here RHS pattern side is 0. So if you want to write x-axis in form of this is y equal to 0, and if you want to write y-axis, means x is equal to 0. By any point on this for any point on this, y is always be 0, because from here you can, if you go from here to here, this is x decreases, value decreases. On this line, value of x is 0. This is, now if you see, suppose here x is negative of something, y is negative of something, this point is here. So you are getting infinite values of x and y for this solution, 2x plus 3y equal to 5. Now we are in the chapter. If you see the name clearly, it says that pair of linear equations. Means this is my first linear equation. Now for second linear, I need to have a pair of equations. So how can I write a pair of equation? So suppose my first equation is, 2x. I'm saying, taking the same example, 3y equal to 5. And second equation is, I'm assuming 4x plus 5y equal to 9. This is my second equation. Now if you plot this on a graph, what if I plot this in a graph? 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4. This is not as per scale, but you need to understand. This is my x-axis, x dash. This is my y-axis, y dash. You always need to take x here, y here, x dash here, y dash here, and the center of this will be origin, that is O, or 0, 0. This point is 0, 0. Origin is always 0, 0. Now you have previous, you have plotted this, that here, that is x1 to 2.5, 1 2, cn 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 minus 4 minus 5, minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 minus 4 minus 5. So it was 2.5 something like here, point was here, I'm writing this point as here, and this is was 1.67, so some point here like this. If I draw, so I join this 2 points, and I will be getting the equation of line. This is 2x plus 3y minus 5 equal to 0. This line first. Now second, if you solve this second, now if you solve the second one, 4x plus 5y equal to 9. So first time you take x of value of x is 0. Then you need to find the point of y, which is the, to solve this, this is 9 by 5, or you can say 1.5 and the 5, 45 and the 40, 1.8. So one of my point is 1.8 on y-axis, because x is 0, so it will be on y-axis. I'm showing you different color. 1.8 is something like here, something here, 1.8. Now if you plot the second point, I will first have taken x to be 0. Now next I will be taking y equal to 0. So 5 into 0, 4x plus 5y into 0 equal to 9. So my x value of x is 9 by 4. Nothing but 4 2 is 8, 1 0, 4 2 is 8, 4 5 is 20, 2.25. So next point will be 2.25, something like here. Not this completely, I am like join this 2. So it will be 1.8. Sorry, this is 2.8. It will be like something like this, and if you, it will intersect at some point. This, what is this point? It is the solution of these two which satisfy these two equations. Now if you want, if you see this point on a graph, it will be clearly see that this is nothing but 1, 1. That is, value of x is 1 and value of y is 1. This point of the intersection. Now if you put this value of 1 and 1 here, this will satisfy that 2 into 1 plus 3 into 1, nothing but 5, and see, you have already, this is 5, and from here you will also, if you substitute here 1, nothing but 4 plus 5, which is 9. So this is also satisfying here. So for these two pair of equations, only this point will satisfy. Only this point, this, and this equation is 4x plus 5y minus 9 equal to 0. So for this line 1 and line 2, this is pair of two linear equations, two variables, the solution of this will be 1 comma 1. That is, value of x is 1 and value of y is 1. Now you must be thinking that if in the paper it is given, or if any two variables equations are given, every time we have to draw this graph to get the answer, get the desired solution. The answer is no. There are other methods also, but this was the first method of solving the pair of linear equation in two variables. Now, what if if I want to solve this two equation not by graph, some other method? Yes, the other method. The other method is, first method is substitution method. This is second method. First method was by graph, by substitution method. Substitution method. As the name suggests, substitution. I will be substituting one of the values of one value with the other value and find the solution, and from that solution I will get back to the other variable solution. Now suppose I am solving this question only. I will always be taking that example. What is this? 2x plus 3y equal to 5 and 4x plus 5y equal to 9. This is my first equation. I'm assuming this is my first equation. This is my second equation. Now, from equation number 1, if you see this is 2x plus 3y equal to 5, which implies that 2x equal to 5 minus 3y, which implies that x is nothing but 5 minus 3y by 2. 5 minus 3y by 2. I am taking this to be third. Now, putting this value of x in equation number 2, we get, what you get is, this is 4. If you substitute the value of x, that from here, substitute the value of x here, that is, value of x is 5 minus 3y by 2 plus 5y equal to 9. See, I'm just rewriting this equation here by substituting the value of x. So now you see that there is x, y here also, this y here also. This becomes equation in one variable. This is equation in one variable. Now you can easily solve this 2 and this 4 get cancelled. This is 2. So 5 to the 10 minus 3 to the 6y plus 5y equal to 9, which implies this is 10, this is 6 minus 5, this is minus y equal to 9, which implies that minus 5 equal to 9 minus 10 equal to minus 1. Now if you cancel this and this, which implies that y equal to 1, so the value of 5 you get is value as 1. Now you need to substitute the value of, now you need to substitute this value of y in here, in x. So from here you get that value of x is 5 minus 3 into 1 by 2. Nothing but 5 minus 3 is 2 by 2. 2 divided by 2 is nothing but 1. So the solution will be x comma y for this pair of equation will be 1 comma 1. And you, from previous graph also, you can see that if you plot the right graph correctly on the graph paper, you will definitely get the value of x and y as 1 comma 1. That is a particular solution of the two. That is a particular solution of the pair of linear equation in two variables. Now, This is second type. Now third type, how sir I will, if I am unable to solve this question by this method, how I will be able to solve some other day? Is there some another method? Yes, there's one other method also. How? By elimination. So by elimination, yes, there's a method named elimination. Elimination. Here if you see that this is 2x plus 3y equal 5, the equation number 1, elimination method. And this is nothing, the other one was 4x plus 5y equal to 9. So equation number 2, then equation number 2, then from here you can, from these two equations, you see that this is the coefficient of x is 2 and the coefficient of here x is 4. Now if you multiply first equation with 2, what to see get? So multiplying equation number 1 by 2 on both the sides, we get this. So if you multiply 2 into this is 4x on both sides, plus 3 into 2 is 6y equal to, both I'm multiplying both sides of 5 into 2 is 10. This is now, and I'm rewriting, I'm writing again the equation number 2. This is from 1. I'm getting this from 2. One equation, second equation is 4x plus 5y equal to 9. Now if you subtract this two value, I'm subtracting this as a minus sign here. Now this is equation 1 from this. This is a and this is b. Then a minus b I'm doing. So this will be 4x minus 4x. This will become cancelled. Now 6 minus 5y is y equal to 10 minus 9 is 1. So you can directly get the value of y as 1. Now if you put this value of y here in any of the equation, I'm supposing that you put the value here, so you get that 2x plus 3 into 1 equal to 5, which implies that 2x equal to 5 minus 3 equals 3 with 2, which implies that x value of x is 2 by 2, that is 1. Now so see the solution, this is 1 comma 1, that is value of x comma y for the particular pair of linear two equation in two variables. It is 1 comma 1. This is my elimination method. Here you are eliminating 1, this is one variable. You can even eliminate, this is, suppose this is 3 and this is 5, you need to multiply the first equation by, now if you take the LCM of this 2, then if you take the LCM of 3 and 5, both of these are coefficient of y, then it will be 15. So you, to make the first equation 15, the value coefficient of y is 15, you need to multiply the first equation with 5, and for second equation you need to multiply by 3 so as to make the 5y as 15y. And if you multiply this 2 and then subtract the 2, you will get the same value. For that if you will get the value of x as same, that is 1, and if you substitute the value of x in any of the two equations, you will get the value of y as 1. So this is nothing but 1 comma 1. Sir, is there any more method I can do? Yes, there is one more method, but earlier these methods have no formula, but this method has a formula. Sir, good. Sir, this is very good, sir. I can easily remember this formula, but yes, the formula is a bit difficult to remember. But through practice you can remember this formula. Suppose the two equation is a1x plus b1y. I am writing it here, c1 equal to 0. c1 equal to 0. And next is a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. See, if you are having this type of equation 2x plus 3y equal to 5, then it can be written in this form as 2x plus 3y minus 5 equal to 0. That is a1, if you write a1 equal to 2, b1 equal to 3, and c1 equal to minus 5. because here this is the plus sign. Here this is the plus sign. So I am checking this once again. Because this is A1, A2, C1, C2. To level elimination C2, this A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. Okay. So how I will be able to? I also don't remember the formula. I am deriving here. The formula is nothing. The formula is nothing but the. This is cross multiplication method. Cross multiplication method, and nothing but it is bit tricky. Now I'm first multiplying this equation. I'm just assuming that this is my equation number 1 and equation number 2. Now I need to first eliminate the x. So I will multiply this equation, whole equation by a2, and I will multiply the equation number 2, whole equation as a1. You don't need to remember this step, but I am deriving the formula so that in the paper, if you get confused or if you don't remember the formula, you can easily derive the equation like this. Because generally it is seen that in 10th class paper, there is almost 45. If you do the paper correctly and you know all the paper, you will definitely end up getting a paper over by, if the paper is 3 hours, then in 2 hours you can easily complete that paper, and you still will be getting 1 hour 45 minutes left for rechecking and other thing. So in that time you can even derive this formula and solve. There will be ample of time. So without wasting any time, this will be first equation will be a1 into a2x plus a2b1y plus a2c1 equal to 0. Now second, it is a1 a2x, because this will be same, and a1 b2y plus a1 c2 equal to 0. Now if you subtract this two equation, minus minus minus, a1 a2 a1 a2x, this becomes 0, cancel out, this becomes 0. So if you do here a2 b1 minus a1 b2 into y, nothing but a2 c1 minus a1 c2 equal to 0. Now if you solve this, it is minus of a2 c1 minus a1 c2 minus, this is, so value of y is given as this. Now I will be doing same thing for y also. Now what I will be doing, will you substitute this value of y here? No, you can do that, but it will become lengthy. So what I will do, I will again rewrite this and try to get the value of x. Now, my equation was a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, and another one was a2x plus b2y plus c1 c2 equal to 0. Now this time I need to find the value of x, so I will be try to eliminate the value of y. See, every time I am using the word eliminate, means that this is method is basically an elimination method, but I am referring to as cross multiplication because it is. I will show you why it is called cross multiplication. So if we I need to eliminate y, so here this is b1y, this is b2y, so I need to multiply this whole equation by b2 and this whole equation by b1. So doing this, I will be getting a1 b2x plus b1 b2y plus b2 c1 equal to 0. So b, now this is b1 a2 x plus b1 b2 y plus b1 c2 equal to 0. So if you subtract this two value, you will get that this is a1 b2 minus a2 b1. I'm adding a first and b after that, x, and this b1 b2 get cancelled, and this is b2 plus b2 c1 minus b1 c2 equal to 0, which implies that value of x is nothing but minus b2 c1 minus b1 c2 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Now if you put this minus sign here, or if you take minus sign from denominator as common, it can be written as b2 c1 minus b1 c2 by a2 b1 minus a1 b2. Now if you rewrite this to thing like this, it is first you need to write x by this factor, it is b2 c1 minus b1 c2 equals y by a2 c1 minus a1 c2. Am I right? I'm checking this. Yes, a2 c1 minus a1 c2 equal to b1 minus a1 b2. a2 b1 and b2. Yes. Because I said there was a minus sign. Yes, there's a minus sign. So one by a2 b1 minus a1 b2. Now, if you take, now this is the main equation you need to remember. So you need to remember this is the main equation you need to remember. So how I will remember this? The previous thing I had told you that this method is known as cross multiplication. Cross multiplication. So there must be a link to this cross multiplication. So if you look at the equation very clearly, it was b1y plus c1 equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. So if you see these two things, I am taking this one. See, clearly look at x, that for x, forget this. For numerator part only I'm saying, for numerator part forgot this x. Now if you see this is like b1 b2 c1 c2. Only forget this y also. This I'm for x value I'm ignoring this whole thing, and for this is b2 c1 minus b1 c2. So this is b2 c1 minus b1 c2. Now for y part, I'm saying for y part, forget y term. So this is, you can, and without x it can be written as a1 c1 a2 c2. Now again this is cross multiplication. Cross multiply a2 c1 minus a1 c2. So this is a2 c1 minus a1 c2. Now since always remember that this is x is positive, y is negative, and c is always positive. This is constant. Plus minus plus you always remember. So for x this is plus x. So plus and x can be written as same only. For minus you have taken minus sign here, and for this constant term. Now if you see the value of constant, you need to forget this constant also. So it is written at a1 b1 a2 b2. Now again you cross multiply. This is for constant I am doing a2 b1 minus a1 b2. This is a2 b1 minus a1 b2. So this is complete. Now if you take this 2 as, if you solve this equation, um this, if first x and y cannot be solved, so x and this only can be solved. If you write x by this equal to 1 by a2 b1 minus a1, so it can be written as numerator b2 c1 minus b1 c2 by a2 b1 minus a1 b2. And if you write y if you write from this using this and this, so y is a2 c1, and since there is a minus sign, so you need always write minus a2 c1 minus a1 c2 by a2 b1 minus a1 b2. So this is when if you are not sure if whether I am correct or I am also not sure, then I am checking this value. See, x is b1 c2 minus b2 c1 by see, there is b1 above, see there is b1 c2 b2 c1 a1 b2 a2 b1. So it is just reverse, and nothing that is minus sign. And if right here I take minus common, it is b1 c2 minus b2 c1 and a1 b2 upon a1 b2 minus a2 b1. This is same. Now next y c1 a1 c1 a2, this c1 a2 minus c2 a1 by a2 b1 minus a1 b2, b1 minus a1 b2. If this is x is correct, and if I am solving for y a2 b1 minus a1 b2 a2 c1 a2 c1 a2 b1 a2 c1 minus a1 c2 a2 c1 minus a1 c2 a2 b1 minus a1 b2. Yes, minus sign if you have taken the bottom side to become a1 b2. So this is correct. Yes, this is correct. So you can remember it as x by b2 c1 minus y by, this is the main formula you need to remember here. This is the main formula for the cross multiplication. This is called cross multiplication. I am getting this by cross multiplying these two things. So with this, I think I am complete. Now I am going to explain one or two more things. Cross multiplication method. Yes, I have told this. I have also told this topic. If you need to pair of linear equation, yes, this need to explain. Now one more thing that's important for you. Now you know that if this is the equation a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0, and for this it is given that if you calculate this a1 by if first cases, if a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equals c1 by c2, then what happen? Infinite, there will be infinite many solutions. Why? Because these two equations are almost same. Suppose if I write this, that 2x plus 3y equal to 5, another I will write as 4x plus 6y equal to 10, and if you take this as a1 by a2, then 2 by 4 is, that is 1 by 2, and if you write 3 by 6 is, this is also 1 by 2, and if you write 5 by 10, this is also 1 by 2. So a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 or c1 by c2, then there will be infinitely many solutions. Because on graph you will see both will be overlapping each other. This and this will be overlapping. So there will be infinite many solutions for this type of questions. So I'm again, this is my second thing is a1 by a2, sorry, a1 by a2 equals to b1 by b2, but it is not equal to c1 by c2. See, these two are equal, this is not equal, then there will be no solution. There will be no solution. Why there will be no solution? Because again I am taking it, if 2x plus 3y equal to 5, and if I am writing 4x plus 6y is equal to 6, then if you see, that is 2 by 4, this is 1 by 2, 3 by 6 this is also 1 by 2, and 5 by 6 is not equal to 1 by 2, and for this type of equation I will not be getting anything. I will not be getting anything, any answer. Why? Because if you plot the graph of this, these two will be parallel, exactly parallel to each other, and since they will never meet, and there will be no solution. There will be no solution for this type of equation. Now third, it is that a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. There is no condition for C. This is just a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, which implies that unique solution will exist. Unique solution will exist. Why? Because the lines will be intersecting each other, and when the lines will be intersecting, there will be one corner point which is known as the solution of the pair of linear equation in two variables. So these three are the main topic which you must know before solving any problem. That is, you need to check whether a1 by a2 is equal to b1 or equal to c2. Then infinitely many solutions, directly like button, your time will be saved. Second, if a1 by a2 is not equal to a1 by b2, not equal to c1 by c2, then you can, if you directly check this, you can get in very less time that there is no solution existing. So your time will be saved. Otherwise, if you solve by the traditional method, it will be time consuming. And third, if a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, you need to just check, and if this is not equal, directly you can solve by any method. My suggestion to you, I can just give you suggestion to you that in question it is not mentioned with which formula to use. First, never go for graph. Never go for graph. This is my first suggestion. Then suggesting second, also never go for cross multiplication. This might be easy, but if you only 200% sure that the formula is correct, if you know the exact formula, then only you should use this formula. Otherwise, the best solution is substitution method or the third method, elimination method. This is the best. These two are the best. But if you remember this, very well. The formula a1 by a2, this formula x by a2 v1 minus a1 v2 equal to minus y by uh, uh, sorry x by um, b1 c2 minus b2 c1 equal to minus y by a2 c1 minus a1 c2 equal to 1 by this a2 b1 minus a1 b2. If you remember this 101% correct, nahi, then you must be you must be 100% sure, and if you are 100% sure, this will definitely give you answer in very less time. This will give you answer in very less time, this third method. Now one thing I need to teach to you, that it is never ever that you can only be given question in values in x and y, variables in x and y. You can also be given u and v, t1 and t2, but this will be in two linear variables. That is, their power will be 1 and they are different. Two different variables, this is two variable and having degree 1. So this will be a linear variable. Now, one more thing, if it is, suppose the equation is given to be 2 by x plus 3 by y equal to 5 by equal to 5 equal to 5, and another, suppose this is 4 by x plus 5 by y equal to 9. And how will you solve? No. Then nothing like you can take LCM and this one. This will become tedious work. From here you are knowing that had it been given like 2x plus 3y equal to 5 or 4x plus 5y equal to 9, I can easily solve. So yes, you can convert this. You can take 1 by x equal to u. You cannot take 1 by x equal to x only. You can take 1 by x equal to u and 1 by y equal to v. Now if you substitute this value here in this both of these equations, you will see that it will become 2u plus 3y, sorry, 2u plus 3v equal to 5, and 4 of u plus 5 of v equal to 9. Now if you solve this, you get value of u and v as 1 comma 1. The same question I am given just the reciprocal of 1 by x. Now this is value of u and v. Now if you want to get the value of x, this is a value of 1 by x equal to, you have taken 1 by x into u, which implies that x equal to 1 by u, nothing but 1 by 1 equal to 1. It is not necessarily that there will always be 1. So here it is, you are getting same. So this is 1 by v, 1 by 1 equal to 1. So 1 and 1, get the answer. Just substitute the value of reciprocal of the natural variable, and from that you get the value of some different variable which is linear, and from that linear variable you again get back the value of the original variables x and y. So this much I think is the only thing given in that question. This is the only thing is given in that chapter. Yes, summaries. Yes, there is this two expression. Yes, there is one more thing. One more thing, that for two variables, that is two linear variables, two linear variable equation, a1 x plus b1 y plus c1 equal to 0 and a2 x plus b2 y plus c2 equal to 0, then a1 square plus b1 square should not be equal to 0, and a2 square plus b2 square should not be equal to 0. This is a condition. You say that how can this be 0? This is a1, this is positive, and this is also, even if this is negative, the value will always be positive, and it will not be equal to 0 unless and until both a1 and a2 b1 will be 0. Yes, that's true, but if we just, there is an imaginary part, that is, this is not in the syllabus, imaginary part, that is under root 2I. then I square is -1. This may not be hold true. So just remember that for any two equations, the linear equation in two variables, a1 square plus b1 square not equal to 0 and a2 square plus b2 square not equal to 0, then you can solve it further. You see, you have graphically, you have also done algebraic method, also done graphical consistent, dependent, inconsistent. So these are few terms that if line intersect at one point, this is consistent. If there is a one solution, unique solution, then this will be known as consistent. The pair of equation consistent. Now, if the line coincide and then there are infinitely many solutions, this is known as dependent. This is also consistent, but it is dependent. Now, third is if the lines are parallel, then there will be no solution. This is inconsistent. If there is a solution, if there is at least a solution, then this is called consistent. And then consistent, there are two parts. Normal consistent having one, there is consistent having unique solution, and other independent having infinitely many solutions. And the second category of this will be inconsistent, where there will be no equation. There will be no solution of the two pair of linear equation in two levels. Algebraic methods, there is a substitution method. This we have studied. Elimination method, yes, we have studied. Cross multiplication method, yes, we have studied. Now, if it's a pair of equation, a pair of linear equation given by this, then I have taught you that if a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by t2, in this case the pair of linear equation is consistent. Consistent, there are solutions. I have already told that if there will be a solution for this, then it will be consistent. If a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by t2, not consistent, the lines will be parallel and they will be dependent. And if line will be parallel and they will be dependent. No, sorry, they will be, since the line will present no solution and it will be inconsistent. Now, third, if a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2, then this means that there will be infinitely many solutions, and that this is known as consistent, but it is dependent. Dependent and consistent. Dependent and consistent. Now, sixth, there are several situations where the mathematically represented by two equations are not linear to start with, but we altered them to reduce into pair of equation. That is 1 by x and 1 by y. I have shown this in form. At 1 by x I have taken to be u, and 1 by y you have taken to be v, and you have reduced this equation into a linear equation. Now, why this is called dependent and consistent? Now, why it is called dependent and consistent? So, for this, see, let's suppose I am taking 2x plus 3y. This is my basic equation. This is 4x plus 6y equal to 10. Now, if you see that for a1, this is a1 part, the second part. So this is a1 by a2 equal to 2 by 4 equal to 1 by 2. And if you do b1 by b2, in the thing what b2 equal to 3 by 6 equal to 1 by 2. And if you do c1 by c2 equal to nothing but 5 by 10, that is 1 by 2. Is also 1 by 2. So from here, a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2, which implies, now if you directly see this equation, you can see that this is if equation 2 is equation 2 equal to 2 times of equation 1. 2 times of equation 1. That is, if you multiply this whole equation by 2, you will get this. You will end up getting, that is 4x, 2 into 2, that is 4, 2 into 3, that is 6y equal to 5 into 2, that is 10. These are equal. So this, in general, I can write that if any one of the equation is lambda of other equation, then these are called dependent. This is dependent on lambda. Value of lambda is dependent. So this is why I am writing this is dependent and consistent. There is infinitely many solutions, and this is known as dependent and consistent pair of linear equation in two variables. Thank you for watching. But next exercise I will be solving various. I will be taking various example and solving solution.